Welcome back to TeacherDad, where the worlds of parenting and teaching collide. Join me for another episode of the Modern Teacher Journey. I'm TeacherDad, and today we're going to be continuing our talk on how to create an environment in your classroom that invites creativity and modernizes learning. One of the first things you need to do as a new and emerging teacher is to manage your classroom and to figure out how you're going to manage your classroom. Every single person has their own style. Some people are pretty laid back, while others are more like drill sergeants, and to each their own. Whatever fits your personality is what's going to fit in your classroom. So I had to do a lot of soul searching and finding myself in terms of being the authority in the classroom when I first started. I remember going into my first year of teaching with the advice from a former teacher that said, you shouldn't smile until after the first month of year, and strike fear into your students so they respect you. This is not my personality whatsoever, and if you know me, you'll understand that that didn't fit. Once you feel comfortable in your classroom and secure in what you're doing, your students are going to sense that and are going to respond to that accordingly. Let me share some insights into my teaching practices in the past and how that's changed and morphed over time in my classroom with regards to the rules and expectations that are set up. When I first started, I would have a list of rules a mile long, listing everything a student could and couldn't do in the classroom. The funny thing about rules is that rules can and most certainly will be broken by students. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. So then I started shifting my process and shifted it away from the rules to expectations. Because expectations, we can rise, we can meet the expectations, we can exceed expectations. It's a different connotation that's valid. More recently, I started thinking about this in a different way. We're still talking about expectations, but we're going to involve the students in the process. So this is what I did with Modern Teaching. The idea is once you have a classroom vision and a classroom mission statement, you work with the students to create something called a classroom code, or a list of expectations that they develop that they see as necessary for success of your goal or vision, something that supports their vision. So our missions all started the same way. They started with, we take computer science because, and then it diverted into a whole bunch of different avenues. And so each one was ended up tailored to a specific class, which that meant that the classroom codes would then support each individual class as well. So we'd start this creation process by posting a mission statement for everybody to see and having someone read it aloud, every single class that we walked in. So we could constantly be reminded of where we're going, where we're starting, where we're headed. So then I start posing the question, what skills are needed to reach this goal? By stressing this word skills, it turns our answers into actionable items that students can actually see and students can actually do and accomplish. We want something that is exhibited rather than just written down and forgotten about, rather than just do's and don'ts in the classroom. So I would have students get into groups, and then I would have them jot down as many ideas as they can that would support this mission or goal. Once we were satisfied, we put the classroom code together, we would group them together, we would maybe funnel them down to just a couple. And some classes had 5 codes and some classes had 10 codes. It all depended on the dynamic and the personality of the class. Some were okay with just having 5, which were very broad, and others wanted to be very specific, and that's okay. Whatever works for that classroom is what works for that classroom. Because each vision is different, each code is going to be different, which means each code has its own ownership by these students, its own buy-in in the students. So the key is that the students are the ones that are creating these classroom codes. Thanks for watching today, and next time I'm going to have a little show and tell to share with you some of the visions and classroom codes that we've had in our classroom to give you some concrete examples of what's worked for me and maybe some other teachers in the district. Remember to like and subscribe, and this has been TeacherDad, and remember to never stop learning.